So does it have like a battery life, or does it have to be plugged into something?
No, it's got this battery built in. But I just like
now it's red and
power
blinking
banks
blue.
because I can just run it for eternity.
Are you recording? Is that what that is? Oh, okay.
See the tripod a little bit.
Because I know they definitely have like certain places they have like photo spots for people with 360 cameras that
Yeah,
they show.
I've seen them
the
driving
house.
around and stuff.
I don't think I've ever actually witnessed the Google car in
Yeah,
action.
you'll
Because
see
every time that it comes to update the town, I'm always busy. So it's like, oh well, the Google car came by. I was like, man, I'm pretty sure last time they updated my street, I think I think it was when I just started living there. Like,
Okay.
20 out.
That's
But tell them, say, let me talk to Will.
15. Like, no tone. Like, come on, really?
10. Right.
Stand by.
Fuck
You
me.
should have name and
5, 4,
You should have a
3,
name and
2,
Thank you.
1.
Welcome back. Today, the United States lifts its pause on the use of Johnson & Johnson's single-dose
Hey, gosh.
COVID-19 vaccine. It's been 11 days since it was paused due to the rare blood clot condition found specifically in women. Fox 51's Washington correspondent Micheal Martin has the latest.
There you go.
Friday, health experts on the CDC
1, 2,
advisory
6.
panel recommended the Johnson & Johnson vaccine should return.
Oh,
with
we're
a
staying,
warning
we're staying, we're
about
staying.
Yeah, we're
risk
staying
of
on
respiratory
that. Sorry, Noel. I didn't mark it on that next doodad.
18 years of age and older in the U.S. population under the FDA's emergency use authorization.
In the meantime, the White House says it's planning to step up its efforts to
JT, I
get
do
millions
have
of more
to add
people
a background for
vaccinated.
you.
We have less of a supply
Boy,
issue.
Taylor,
We
do you
have
want
more
it?
of a, it's
Gotta be on
encouraging us to
graphic
reach people
background.
and meet them where they are.
We are
CG2.
laser focused on educating the public.
Yeah.
At a White House COVID response briefing Friday, lead coordinator Jeffrey Zients seemingly acknowledged after weeks of steady vaccination daily numbers, the nation saw a recent
Yeah,
dip.
That's probably why it's got
Daily
PhD.
vaccine.
Yeah, Noel's asking, just tell Trent that
He says
it's
the administration
after he's
is
on
pouring
camera
millions of
to
dollars
read off
reach
his
people
iPad.
less eager to get vaccinated.
Including encouraging walk-up availability and providing transportation options.
For the teeth.
No,
Senator Dick
between
Durbin says he hopes
B3
Will
and getting
Nelson's
to the
work.
T's, yeah. She's gotta move from, are we staying 9-pack for the
It says
T's?
people
Yeah,
should
yeah,
get
Okay,
Johnson
okay,
&
that's
Johnson
what,
vaccine
you're not moving that
once
well.
it's back online.
Okay.
Not only
That
that,
fixes that.
we've dramatically
Sorry,
Stand by.
increased the number of people
Stand by.
who are protected by vaccination.
Raquel Martin, Fox 51 News.
Here at home, another batch of Pfizer vaccinations are coming to East Texas. 500 doses will be delivered to the Bethesda Health Clinic in Tyler for anyone 16 and older. Shots will be distributed in the parking lot of that
For
clinic from
when?
9 in the morning
Will, do you have
until
an
3 in the
updated,
afternoon on May
CG2
the
for
1st. If you're under the age of 18, you will need to show a valid
Good.
ID and be
Yeah.
accompanied by your parent or a guardian of some sort. Appointments are not required. People who do get their first dose on May the 1st need to get their second dose on May the
Roll it.
22nd. Now, for full details, go to our website, fox51.com. And coming up next for us here at 9 on a Friday, more than 500 more charges expected. People who were involved in the January Capitol riots and investigators are still searching for the people who they say placed pipe bombs
Hit it,
on that
kick it.
day.
We're still looking at some heavier rainfall in portions of East Texas, but some of you have had a lot of rain already today. We'll take a look at those rainfall totals and talk about the storm threat still for the overnight next.
3, 2, 1, break it away.
What about, you know that time, that, no, because we don't do that, the time and weather bug?
Oh, the time and temp
Yeah.
one? Or the,
I don't
yeah.
know how we even do that. I would have to look at like on my email.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because I don't even think it's us that does it. I
Right.
think it's more like masked or, oh,
I think we can do it. And I've seen the NBC version, but I don't know if I've ever seen the Fox version.
should've thought
Be open, out to Trenton and or
about it.
boxes.
Will this plug is working? Even though it's annoying for y'all, don't you have to pop it in every time you like wipe or something?
This
fallen so far, what to expect overnight, and yeah, that quieter weather for the weekend. More on that in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Marcus. And to track any positive storms as we continue into our night here on a Friday, make sure you download our East Texas Storm Team app. You'll be able to follow along with our interactive radar with Carson and Marcus, plus be the first to know if a weather alert is issued for where you live. The app is completely free. Look for it right now on your phone's app store.
Roll to.
Well, speaking of caught on camera, we are already seeing some of the strong storms have made their way through parts of our state today. This is incredible video from the Wichita Falls area near the Texas and Oklahoma state line. Look at that, folks. There, one of our sister stations tracked at least 4 different tornadoes as they touched down on the ground, all in the span of 1 hour. So far, the extent of the damage or any injuries are unknown. They have not been reported. As severe storm season does ramp up this weekend, Texans will be able to buy certain emergency preparation supplies, and you can do so all tax-free.
Thank you.
The state is expecting Texans to save more than ever before.
Jason, and he's gonna
Fox
review
News'
it.
Maggie
Cool.
Glenn reports on what items you can stock up on beginning tomorrow.
Because we're all using that one.
Austin Outdoor Power is prepping for a rush this weekend.
It's all new to us. Do we ever go
There are 3 categories for the tax break. Small items like first aid kits under $75, emergency ladders under $300, and generators under $3,000. Odin says before the winter storm in February, the store sold all of its 40 generators within hours, something Jeff wishes he had bought for himself that week.
And I said, nah, it's not gonna be that bad.
He says even though you may only use the generator a couple times a year, it makes the world of a difference in an emergency.
But when you need it, you better have one, because I went for 5.5 days without any heat in my house. I was one of those guys, and I'm gonna tell you, I felt like I was dying.
Saving 8% on these smaller items like fuel containers might not seem like
Yeah,
you're
it's
saving
weird
that
to see
much
her
money.
do an actual
But when you're spending
stand-up.
$3,000 on a generator like this, you're gonna be saving $240 this weekend.
Winter storms aren't the only thing that can knock out your electricity. Tornadoes can, lightning
20
can,
out,
hurricanes can,
tag,
hailstorms can.
You also still get the same tax break with online purchases this weekend, but make sure you're watching your total.
Think about the shipping and handling costs, and if that
Yeah,
takes the
right.
price over that price point we mentioned earlier, then you no longer qualify for the tax exempt status of that item.
In Austin, Maggie Glenn, Fox 51 News.
The comptroller's office says the tax break should kick in automatically when you're buying these items online. In anticipation of tonight's severe weather, Governor Abbott has several resources on standby across the state should you need them, including the Texas Highway Patrol, Texas Parks and Wildlife Water Rescue Boats, Swift Water Rescue Boat Squads, and ambulance strike teams. He also urges everyone to follow storm protocols. They're listed there. Stay indoors if you can. Avoid areas already flooded. Don't go near fast flowing water, and stay informed about the weather in your area. You can always download the East Texas Storm Team app. New details tonight in the death of that 6-year-old boy who was pulled from a Tyler Motel bathtub late last week. That child's half-brother is now being charged with manslaughter. Once officers arrived at this motel here, the child had already been moved by family members from the bathtub and was unresponsive. He was then rushed to the hospital, first in Tyler, then in Dallas to Children's. A day later, police began questioning the adults who were there when this happened. And 5 days after the incident, he was taken off of life support and died. Now, detectives have charged the child's 12-year-old half-brother with manslaughter, saying his relation to the death was reckless.
Double sock, guys, double sock.
Northern areas north of I-20, we've had some good rain and a couple of storms east of Quitman and Mineola. Notice how the radar just updated. So we're going to be in places like Cartwright, up in northeast Wood County. You have some heavier rain that will pass through. And also, as we mentioned, the one north of Longview near Dangerfield as well. You have some additional bands of precipitation that are passing through at this time. Bigger picture does show everything's still working its way from the west, southwest to the east and to the northeast. One more area we are keeping an eye on, a couple of thunderstorms here coming out of Texoma, the same region that saw those tornadoes that we showed you off the top of the broadcast. These are more of a hail concern, but they are tracking east and to the southeast. That's associated with the cold front. But a lot of rainfall in our area for today, especially in deep East Texas. For more on that, we'll send it over to meteorologist Carson Vickroy. Carson, a lot of rain just because of all this rich moisture that we've dealt with for today.
Yeah, luckily, Marcus, this has been more so of a heavy rain event than a severe weather event for us here in East Texas. Now, I do want to start you in our northwestern counties. While we didn't see as much as deep East Texas, which I'll show you here in just a second, we still picked up some pretty good rainfall. Check this out. Just to the northwest of Sulphur Springs there in Hopkins County, we picked up just over 2 inches of rain. In Rains County, no pun intended there, we picked up about 1.7 just to the east of Emory and Point on Highway 69. And look at Tyler, hardly anything at all so far, but I bet if you're living in Tyler, you probably heard some of that rainfall on the roof of your house. We picked up a little bit, just over 1/10 of an inch. Russ County, just to the south of Henderson, 1.13, and just under 3/4 to the southeast of Jacksonville. And in deep East Texas, this is where the money has been made. We've seen 3 inches on the west shores of the Toledo Bend Reservoir and 2.2 just to the west of Sam Rayburn, there to the southeast of Lufkin. San Augustine County there, over a 1/2 inch of rain. And Marcus is certainly correct. We have that low-level moisture in place, and that is why we have seen so much rain. And we could have several more hours of rain. Marcus.
Yeah, that's true, Carson. The rain is definitely not done just yet, but the good news is the severe threat is going down.
To
We'll start to
Trenton
monitor for a few
after
more
a
isolated
CG4.
strong storms. By 11 o'clock, we're still looking at a couple of areas of rain and storms, and I think more than what Futurecast is showing for us here. Sometimes the models, when we get in a very messy and muddy precipitation situation like this, really hard to pinpoint some of the more specific location and timing on some of these storms. As the cold
weird.
one more chance for a couple of showers and storms. That chance might not be as high as what Futurecast indicates, but things will be a lot better as we move into the day tomorrow. We'll have some clouds tomorrow morning, but then those will decrease into the afternoon, giving us the return of sun. And as the cold front moves in, our wind will turn to the northwest. Sunday will be the better day. A lighter wind out of the southerly direction, and temperatures near 80. Look at next Tuesday and Wednesday. Another chance for strong thunderstorms. Some of those could be severe as well. For deep East Texas, clouds decreasing tomorrow and a little bit warmer by Sunday. You can stay up to date with our forecast over at fox51.com.
Yes, you can. Well, good news is that the weekend looks good. The ARP Strawberry Festival is making a big comeback for the first time in 2 decades. It's tomorrow from 10 in the morning until 9 in the evening at the ARP Festival grounds. They'll have more than 40 different vendors, live bands, games, food trucks, and more. The festival will also have street dancing starting at 5 in the afternoon, and that's not all. There's more. They'll have a bicycle race, a decorating contest, and even some potato sack races. You folks who like that sort of stuff. Well, still to come, a sex offender is discovered living in the